Okay, that seems to have worked. Anyway, hello, I'm Chris Mallet, and it's occurred to me that it's been about a month since I've posted anything to my YouTube channel, so I figured we could get moving on the road to Montebourg again. I know it's been a while. I kind of had a bit of shell shock I needed to wear off. I've been passing some time playing Shimi's March, testing a scenario, and playing Make an Atoll. But here we are in the Labyrinth. Doesn't sound much better than Labyrinth, but who knows? Let some fresh air in here. It's a little cold outside, but it's not bad. There's about 4 feet of snow on the ground, so there's really nothing to do today. Alright, what we got? June 7th, day after D-Day, 1835. It's near the end of the day. Same there, I believe, it's supposed to. Alright, so while the attack on Labyrinth is going on, this is E Company of 2-8. Been advancing to take up positions to assault the main German positions further to the west of the highway. Forward observer must be silenced. Advance north through the hedgerows to eliminate this final threat. We have the 4th Cavalry Squadron. Now, we have not seen these guys yet so far in the campaign. Troop B 2nd Platoon, M8 armor cars and jeeps, and 2 M8 HMCs. Don't know what those are. Following assets: heavy howitzers 4 155s. It's being shared with 2 505s, so its ammo may be depleted. Well, I can tell you right now, I barely used any in Le Cornet. So, we should have about half a load of ammo left. Anyway. Enemy forces have been active throughout the day. Numbers are reduced, exact strength unknown, so basically you have no idea. And there may be some tanks and assault guns. I'm gonna bet that there's tanks and assault guns. Let's see. Look carefully at contact. As the main strength is identified, should call an artillery press. And we have 1 hour. Okay. Well, alright. In 1 hour. It looks like the only objective is the farmhouse, and of course, preservation of force. Let's see. It would seem that the easy way, ooh, look at that. It's a little alleyway down the road here. Cut through that hedgerow, and that hedgerow. Across this field. That's a terrible position now. I don't know. I don't really think I want to edge crawl on this map. I mean, it might be a good idea, but at the same time, who knows? There could be ambushes in every little one of those spots. Well, just like all hedgerow maps. Yeah, it's a tough one. Lots of little fields surrounded by hedgerows, gates, and roads. Visibility and movement is restricted. Any field with a tall wheat you probably can't see from one side to the other, so visibility is going to be very restricted. Leading up to the farmhouse. If I was to bet on enemy tanks, they'd probably be in the farmhouse. This is kind of the biggest field here. There's probably an anti-tank looking down this road. I mean, they'd be stupid not to try to control it, so I'm not going to go that way either. Depends. How many explosives do I have? Let's check out my own troops. I've never really used the cavalry troops, so this is a little different. Let's see, we do have an engineer platoon. For a grand total of 12 satchel charges. That's not terrible. 17, no, there it is. So we have Easy Company HQ. It looks like a standard rifle platoon. Rifle company. Yeah, heavy machine gun. Is that a 50 cal? No, 30 cal. Water cooling. Oh, looks like first squad has already taken some casualties. Were these guys fighting earlier? Let me go back, see if oh hey, it's Lieutenant Bright. Yeah, he's still alive in this playthrough. That's weird. Could have sworn he was dead. They must have reinforced him. Yeah, so these are the guys who landed on the beach. That's who they are. So they got a good mix of weapons. But the really important thing is we have this cavalry platoon consisting of armored cars, jeeps, and we have some Stuart tanks with 75mm howitzers. And they do have 75mm heat, so it should put paid to any enemy tanks, hopefully. Alright, so we got 3 rifle platoons with accompanying machine guns and a mortar section. What's he doing back here? Well, we got a road through a gate offering easy access to here. Kind of a clump of trees right here, that might be an obstacle. Bad spot for some anti-tank teams or a machine gun. Now that's very interesting. The farmhouse is the objective, but there is no unbroken path to it. There's no road that goes straight there. It's kind of like a driveway and then it ends in a field. That's very strange. So we can't just make a really strong push down the road and try to get into the farmhouse that way. Although we might be able to, but that'd be dangerous. I hate roads. On principle, I try to avoid roads wherever possible. This field here offers some flexibility. Sorry, sorry, my throat's acting up a little. Yeah, if we go in through this field here, we could potentially split directions. We could either go to the right or go to the left. The problem is this wheat field here has a little hill right in the middle of it. Probably not possible to spot all the way across it. In this field down here, even though it looks flat, you can see the terrain change as it goes across. That'll be a tough one to get through too, but if we end up in this field, we can go through this gate right here. And that gives us a straight shot right up into the objective. Well, sort of. This is a strange objective area. It's split up with a bunch of hedgerows. Some right angles. You can't really go from this side to this side except down through the gate unless you blast a gap through a hedgerow. I don't know. Looks like a decent enough approach. If we can make it work. We can go through this gate if we have to. Or we can go through this gate. Gate to the left, but that shouldn't really matter. It would really suck if there was an anti-tank in that hedgerow looking straight through here. Or a machine gun. I do have 1 hour for the scenario, but 1 hour is not enough time to do a full reconnaissance. And unless I split my engineers up and just try to move in 3 directions, maybe 3 different platoons, that wouldn't leave me in reserve though. So maybe if I go 2 up, 1 back, I'll put 2 platoons on point. One will go this way through these brown fields. The plowed fields, the other one will go this way and try to get through the wheat fields. And then I'll keep the last platoon in reserve just to exploit either one way or the other, or for flank protection in case there's some enemies in this area over here that shoot across. Yeah, seems like it could work. Anyway, I'm going to stop recording real quick and I'm going to put that together and I'll be back. Alright, we got a hiccup already. As you can see, I haven't gotten very far. This first field is a problem because the terrain underneath, you can almost see the contours in the map right there, but this entire hedgerow on the back side of the first field is all on a reverse slope from the other position. So trying to move across this hedgerow right here, or trying to move across this field, sorry, is going to be impossible without getting someone down into here so they can get a flank shot on anybody potentially behind this hedgerow. And the problem is the only way to get down into here is to secure this part first to make sure nobody can flank you from here. So what we're going to need to do is move down into this field over here. But the only problem is with the gate straight across looking down there, I would almost guarantee there's got to be something looking through here. So that means we're either going to need to get through one of these fields over here, or we're going to need to, as there is a potential access point down this little road right over here that pops out into here. Is there any hedgerow gaps in here? No. Yeah, I got the trees turned off so I can see better, but I was sitting here and I was wondering why the scenario is called Labyrinth, but once you get into these little details of the terrain, it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle in the way it all goes together. You can't really move into one area without looking at another one, and even down into here, that's all on a reverse slope and there's trees all over it. So yeah, trying to cross straight across this field when you can't see into the hedgerow on the other side is also a bad idea. Let me check the line of sight. I know machine guns aren't perfect at this, but you can see across. You can't see into the woods. Yeah, see, let me turn the trees back on. See, there's a little bit of woods in there. It's a good ambush spot, actually. It's kind of a little scary little position in here. Like a little woodcutter's cottage or something. So we can see most of this hedgerow, which means we can take this hedgerow right here, and that'll be the first piece of our puzzle in attacking towards the farmhouse. I'm going to take this first piece of hedge, clear this field, make sure nobody's in this hedge across. And if this hedgerow over here is clear, we can move guys up through these little woods into this hedgerow and clear this field. Once this field is clear, and this field is clear, I think I'm going to dump some artillery back here. I'll put it on a timer. I got two 81mm mortars available, which is probably, usually you only see one, but I got two of them available. I think I'm going to put one here. Oh, sorry, you can't see the mouse cursor. Anyway, I'm going to put one right behind this hedgerow. I'm going to cover this open side of the field. And then I'm going to put another one right here, covering this field. And I'll probably drop, I got 155 howitzers with about 90 rounds, not 90 rounds, I got about a half load of ammunition. I think I'll set them on this flat part right here where this road and these two gates go across. I think I'll set them right there on a 15-minute delay, because I don't think I'll be getting there in time, but basically the idea is just smash something if it's there. Alright. Well, with the machine gun in position, I think what I'm going to do... Who is this? This is 1st Platoon. I'm going to put 1st Platoon on here. And 1st Platoon is going to go through this hedgerow, and then they're going to go through the plowed fields back there. And who else has a machine gun? That is 2nd Platoon. It's going to wait for 1st Platoon to accomplish the first part of their objective, and then they're going to go through this wheat field right here. Go across this field, and their job will be to clear these wheat fields over here. So far I have no idea what to do with my vehicles. Let's see, 1st Platoon, what do we got? We got 3 full rifle squads, very nice. What do we got for ammo? We got 300 rounds of 45 in there. We got 100 rounds there and 100 rounds there. That's pretty much all that's available. These jeeps carry ammunition. I guess I could dismount the gun crew.
Take a look at that.
One thing I like to do. Oh, they actually function as... Why does that say recon? Oh, because it's a recon team. Same as the cars. They're recon. Okay. I don't know why you'd conduct a vehicle-mounted reconnaissance into hedgerow country. I mean, the only thing they can really do is drive into ambushes. That's pretty much it. Anyway, I got the jeeps dismounted. I'm going to dismount these two. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pass out all of my 45 caliber ammunition at the very start, so that all of my guys in infantry squads who have Thompson submachine guns are going to receive an extra 100 rounds right at the beginning. Because there's one thing I notice in Labyrinth, especially with the new game updates, is guys with submachine guns, when they get into close contact with the enemy, they will empty their ammunition at prodigiously high rates. So I would rather give me an assault team. There we go. There's the team leader. He's going to jump into the back of this truck. Now I got a total of how much? I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 800 rounds of 45 caliber ammunition. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 infantry squad leaders with Thompsons, so it's a bit boring, but that means everyone gets 100 rounds of 45 caliber ammunition. Merge those two back together. Okay. You know what? That truck carries a full squad. I don't need to split them up. Another 100 rounds for you, monsieur. Oh, come on. Merge again, please. You know, if they don't merge, I'll just chuck them in the truck. Okay, there's 300 rounds gone. Now, if you ever split your squads and you're having trouble getting them to merge back together, maybe they're just not cooperating, use a building or a vehicle. Just put both teams into a vehicle, and they should merge. See? Done. That's a little handy tip straight from my brain there. Anyway, we're going to put third squad there. Let's see. We don't. The leadership in these guys is not very good. We have a bazooka with 8 rounds. We have a bazooka, and he's got a Springfield rifle. That's pretty interesting. So do they all have bazookas? No, we're missing a bazooka. Does this truck have? No, it doesn't have a bazooka. Ah, the kingdom for bazookas, man. You're an anti-tank guy. Pick up a friggin' bazooka at some point. Anyway, since they don't have one, I'm going to flank them with the 2 squads that do have one. Okay, so second squad has a bazooka. And it's funny how the hedgerow right in front of us is not in our setup zone. This one is all the way down here, but this one isn't. I would ask the map designer to take a look at that, see if that was intentional. Anyway, they're going in there. Alright, so they need to go here. So they're going to slow straight ahead onto that hedgerow. I'm going to slow straight ahead into there. So that's the initial part of my brilliant plan. It's probably not brilliant, but whatever. Engineers. What are the engineers going to do? Well, we're out of Thompson ammo in that truck, so these guys can just mount up for now. Like I said, I have no idea what to do with vehicles in this scenario. I mean, aside from these, 75mm high explosive or heat rounds if there's a tank or something would be pretty nice, but honestly, there's no easy gap or road or path for vehicles to follow. And I'm kind of reluctant to have them push down the road. Maybe I could, I don't know, maybe I could just send a Jeep just to see. No, fuck it. Drive around that corner and see if you get shot. That's what recon teams are for, aren't they? Right? I don't know. Oh yeah, one other thing I forgot to mention is I'm not going to be parking my mortars at the back of the map. They are going to be pushed up with the rest of my infantry teams. This one problem mistake I made at Le Cornet was I had my mortar teams with my infantry, but I didn't actually think to use them because I forgot the one thing about 60mm mortars is their minimum range is only 43 meters. So these guys can drop a mortar shell just outside of hand grenade range, which means even if they park themselves right up on this piece of hedgerow right here where this gate is, looking straight across at the other side of that hedge, they can drop mortar rounds behind that hedge if they have to. And that's a fantastic piece of indirect fire that the Americans have. And to be honest, it's one of the big advantages towards playing as the Americans. Why is he not deployed? Get that gun up there, soldier. There you go. Right up on top of the hedgerow, right where I like to see it. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about doing a video, just a quick one, detailing like differences in weapons and armaments and advantages and disadvantages to playing each country in combat mission, or at least each nation, and I thought it might be nice. So if there's any interest in that, let me know. I'd love to try to do like an informative type video. You guys don't have machine guns mounted up top, so we need to close up. Oh, he does. They don't. They got the cheapo depot armored cars. Anyway. So what do we got? There's first platoon. They're in position. They got their initial orders. Second platoon. I can't see across this field, so I'm kind of wondering why I should even bother putting them on that hedgerow to start with. I don't know. Maybe somebody will get lucky with their spotting. Maybe if they happen to stand up, it might actually make them see across. But I stuck the machine gun right here. Where's that deployed? I hate it when it deploys on the ground behind the hedge. I always have nightmares of that 50 caliber gunner. Oh jeez, yeah, see? They did it again. I can't even see in front of the hedgerow right in front of them. That happens a lot when machine gunners are deploying machine guns onto hedges. Really? Okay, now he can see. At least he can see in front of him. That means now I know that looking across the field, that's legitimately it's a line of sight going through the field thing, and it's not just like, oh, we can't see beyond the hedge because we're lazy. Because yeah, they can see the ground right in front of them. I don't know, you wouldn't think, yeah, see, you can kind of see the reverse slope right in front of them. So, the only way to see across that field is to actually go across and take a look. It's not something I'm planning on doing just yet. Oh crap, that made him move, didn't it? Okay, now he can still see right in front. Wow. Line of sight disappeared right there. 20 meters into the field and it's already gone. It must be the wheat. I don't know, like why? Or it could be the angle of the hedgerow. Maybe they can't see down it. Let's try putting them here. Ooh, you can see a piece of the way into the field right until you hit the reverse slope, and then you can't see beyond the slope. But still, better than nothing. Anyway, where are your ammunition handlers? We got 8.6 on him. Is that close enough to... yeah, greater than 1,000. Okay. That's close enough for the ammo handlers to pass them some ammunition. And they don't need to sit right on top of them. Let's see. That's as good a place as any. Oh yeah, once again, I need to pick up some ammunition. You can fit in that Jeep. Go ahead. Ooh, there's a bazooka in that Jeep. And he doesn't have a bazooka. What about this squad? He has a bazooka, and he doesn't even have an anti-tank guy, so I am going to take the bazooka. And I'm going to take 8 rounds. Why does it say he has 17 available? That is freaky. Look at that, AT rocket 17, even though over here in the ammunition it says he only carries 8. That is weird. I don't know, who knows? Anyway, let's merge all them guys up, hopefully, come on. There we go. Get him hard up on the hedgerow. Select the platoon leader over. Okay, so that Jeep is empty now. Yeah, should be empty. Well, it's kind of the boring part of deploying and planning. Sitting here wondering what to do, and you got to do all the babysitting chores. And I'm having a struggle trying to think of some commentary to fill this up with. Guess I'm just not very good at it. Anyway, coffee. Let's talk about it. I think coffee is the greatest invention ever invented by anyone, anywhere. And that's just how I feel about it. Okay, commentary finished. Keep telling you guys I'm not good at commentary. Nobody believes me. So there's some proof. Yeah, just a point that I'm going to make. I'm not going to be recording commentary for the battle itself. I'll just be playing it out. I'll use my title cards like always, because it's a lot easier for me to think of what to say when I can just actually sit and think of things to say. Instead of trying to... Oh, do not... Okay, they can't fit in that Jeep. I'm going to have to use a scout team for this one. That's a pain. Okay. Give me a scout team. There's another thing. I don't know if people know. I don't know if people watching this are combat mission veterans or if you're new people. But there is one thing you can do if you need to fill up the squad's ammunition in the middle of a battle. One thing that you can always do is detach a scout team, have them grab a whole bunch of ammo, and then they can come back, and once they remerge with the squad, all the extra ammunition will be passed out. It's a nice little trick. I wanted to see more of it, but Battlefront, in their infinite wisdom, made it so that the ammo dumps don't appear unless you're playing on elite difficulty, and that is something I usually don't like to do, because I prefer the ability to move teams and squads independently of platoon leaders' control. The whole thing about you cannot give orders unless you're in command. I understand why they did it, but I'm just not seeing the logic. That's one thing about the elite difficulty. I mean, it kind of assumes, like, you know, your sergeants and your corporals and things like that don't know what they're doing. I don't like to think like that. Anyway, here is 3rd Platoon, all dressed up with no place to go. They're going to be my reserve platoon. I'm just going to park them in this field. Hopefully the Germans don't drop mortars on it at the beginning like they did at the farmhouse. That was a bit of a surprise. Mortars right in the setup zone. Usually you don't do that, but you know, sometimes you just got to. Let's see. There's my 3rd team. You guys are going to set up right here with that platoon. Deploy weapon. I know you can't see to the other side, but I'd rather have you deployed and ready to shoot than not deployed. And the final mortar I'm going to attach to 3rd Platoon here. They're going to sit and wait. Oh, he has a Thompson as well. Yeah. Shouldn't be using it as much though. Let's see. Any other miscellaneous? Oh, he's got 45 rounds. Maybe I should have saved a few for him. Lieutenant Bright killed 2 guys with his pistol on D-Day. If you watch the very beginning of my Road to Montebourg series, you can watch him do that. It's pretty impressive. Just blasted him. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, there's my machine gun platoon. They're going to be reserves as well. I don't know what to do with the dismounted jeeps. Who knows? Maybe Company HQ and the XO can have them. Honestly, I have no idea what to do with a regular jeep in this situation. It's a little interesting. I'll just park them right here and leave them. Yeah, that'll be fine. So here's my reserve force. They're not going to move up until I need them. So 2 30 caliber machine guns, ammo handlers, and the HQ support and 4th Platoon headquarters are going to be right there. Now that's my recon 1st team. I'm going to mount these guys back into their machine gun jeeps. They also got Thompsons. Look at that. How come vehicle drivers get more submachine guns than the infantry do, huh? Right. Who's running this army? Look at that. All those guys have Thompsons as well. These guys have pistols. I wonder... Hold on a second. Now I'm curious. If I bail out, what am I left with? Okay, a driver with a Thompson and 3 guys with pistols. So, can't use the vehicle crews as ad hoc reconnaissance teams, unfortunately. It would be nice. And the engineers, until we need a gap blasted in the hedgerows, these guys really have nothing to do either. So, I'm going to park them there. As far as the tanks goes, I guess the tanks, they're sort of tanks. I wouldn't be surprised if machine gun bullets go through those at this point, considering my Sherman's performance in the last couple of battles. I could chop up my tanks and have them assigned each to a platoon. I'll put one there. Put one there. They both got entrances. And the armored cars, they're really only capable of being used in a situation where we've neutralized any enemy anti-tank assets. Who's my worst? Who's the most expendable? Looks like him. He's got a -1 in status, which means he's got some kind of thing. And he's a -1, -1 Jeep. So I'm going to split those teams up, and I'm going to send my -1 armored car and my -1 Jeep. They're going to check out the road, see if they get shot at, and just do some minor little reconnaissance things. I guess you can open up. I'll probably dismount the Jeep, have them go up on foot. Do they have a binocular? No, they don't have binoculars. This crew has binoculars. I'm going to bail them out, and I could use them to scout the road ahead. Along with the Jeep crew. That'd be a nice little mission for them. I just want to see. I mean, it'd probably be tough to spot anything with binoculars anyhow. But I'll just walk them out into the road and see if anything shoots at them from there. At the very least, maybe I could call in some arty on them, on whoever it is. Anyway, speaking of artillery, there's Company HQ. Okay. Let's get my artillery missions plotted. As I said, coming across this field here, the first major obstacle is going to be this hedgerow. I need to make sure no one is in it. To that end, I'm going to plot a linear. It's kind of missing the corner, but it should clip most of the rest of it. Linear strikes are not huge on precision. In fact, none of the artillery strikes are. So if you're missing a small chunk of it in your line, that's fine. Not to mention it should be a good amount of shrapnel. Alright. I'm going to put 2 guns. Rate of fire, I'm going to do medium. And the duration is going to be short. And I'm going to have that go off in 5 minutes.
Requesting fire mission. Over. Roger. Fire
Okay, because we're in the pre-planning phase, I can call in a whole bunch of targets. That ability will be shut off for me once the battle starts. Each observer can only call in one strike at a time. But for now, at the very beginning, now this one's covering a much larger area, so I want to give the other side of this hedgerow a good shot. So we're going to two guns, medium rate of fire, and this one is going to be a long shoot, which is probably going to use up most of their ammunition. And this one is going to go off in 10 minutes.
Fire mission over.
Okay. Finally, we have 155 howitzers. These guys have 90 rounds of high explosive. I'm debating on just dropping it on the farmhouse. But to be perfectly honest, aside from the trees, there's not a whole lot that's defensible about this place. I mean, there is the house itself. What is that house? There is a brick house. It shows some shows a bit of damage in it, so it's been fought over, or at least shot at by something recently. It's pretty much the only obstacle is the house. I mean, once you get hard up into these hedgerows, then nothing can actually exist in the objective area without you wanting it to. So I think I'm going to run howitzers. Ooh, this big long hedgerow line right here is kind of tempting, just to kind of cover a large area. But I know for a fact that I need this area smashed. I'm going to do a line from this gate right across the map. Right across the map down to about here, but I don't want any rounds to fall off the edge of the map. So I'm going to have to shorten this up a little. Right about there. It's a 400-meter line. Do 3 guns, and this one is going to be a heavy strike, and actually, let me change that. Heavy might use up the ammunition too fast. I'm going to do medium. Three guns, medium, and it's 1835. It's probably the last scenario for today in terms of game time during the day, but I don't want to gamble on not being supplied, so I'm going to do long instead of maximum, and hopefully they won't use all of their rounds. And I'm going to do general, and that's going to go in 15 minutes. I probably won't make it to that line in 15 minutes, but if I don't, I think I can delay it by 5-minute steps or something. But anyway, that's basically the broad strokes of my plan here. I still have no idea what I'm doing with the rest of these armored cars and things. Maybe I'll just park them in this field. Leave them in reserve. Yeah. Wow. Here's something interesting. This Jeep says that it is not in contact with 2nd Platoon, even though 2nd Platoon is physically right in front of him. Now that is a bit interesting. I think the C2 chain has to work through its actual unit, and because these guys are dismounted, they don't have access to the Jeep radio. That's very interesting. See, if I was playing on Elite, it would basically mean that even though I could move these guys, actually I couldn't, because they're not in contact with 2nd Platoon either. Yeah, it's the only reason I don't play on Elite. Or was it called Iron or something? I don't know. What is my difficulty here? I don't remember. It's not showing up in the briefing either. Oh well, whatever. Anyway, that's basically my plan here. Let me turn the trees back on so you can see what's going on. So, 1st and 2nd Platoon are going to leapfrog through these fields in front of them. We'll consolidate on this line right here before the big wheat field and this plowed field right here. Once the artillery barrage is stopped, then we'll try to exploit in the direction of the farmhouse and see what's going on there. I mean, it's a very simple plan. There's nothing complicated about it. We're just going to advance until resistance is met, and then either overcome that resistance or we try to find a way around it. That's pretty much it. You know, it's a rather narrow map. I am kind of ignoring this whole section of it, but to be perfectly honest, I want to concentrate my forces onto the objective. I don't want to split. I could technically put 3rd Platoon out here and advance across the entire width of the map, but I don't want to do that. I want to keep some kind of a reserve. So they're going to sit here until I need them. And the same with my weapons platoon. They're just going to chill until I actually need them somewhere. I'll probably use the weapons platoon as flank protection as I advance, but I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, that's about it. The setup is pretty much done here. Just going to save my game. That's one thing. If you just delete the numbers, save it by the name, it's the easy way to do Iron Man saves. I don't like to load a save in order to correct a problem, so anyway, I will be recording the battle either later today or I'll probably start doing that sometime this week. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I just wanted to make this and say hi and just show you that I'm not dead or I'm not, you know, whatever. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So, bye.